Russia's defense ministry has warned of an imminent provocation being prepared in Syria, one that will see terrorists stage a chemical attack and lay the blame on the Assad government.
A strike on Kfar Zaita using poison-laden missiles is planned within the next 48 hours. Thus, some players outside the region are preparing yet more provocations on Syrian soil involving chemical weapons, with the aim of destabilizing the situation there and undermining the positive dynamics of the ongoing peace process.
Earlier, I spoke to RT's Don Quarter about the story.
Well, the latest report comes from residents from the Idlib province in Syria, and they say that a group of civilians is being trained in a nearby area called Kfar Zaita to carry out the aftermath of a chemical attack to be blamed on the Assad government. Now, 8 barrels of chlorine have already been apparently delivered there, and the white helmets are ready to perform a fake rescue, basically, as the ministry says. They want to send footage to Arab and English-speaking media outlets. And we asked the White Helmets for their comment on their involvement in the situation, but they have yet to respond.
Now, Moscow has raised concerns not just about the possible actions of those on the ground, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Just a few days ago, quite out of the blue actually, John Bolton said that Washington would be willing to respond very strongly if it thinks that the Assad government potentially used chemical weapons. Let's hear what he had to say.
We now see plans for the Syrian regime to resume offensive military activities in Idlib province. We are obviously concerned about the possibility that Assad may use chemical weapons again. If the Syrian regime uses chemical weapons, we will respond very strongly.
Now, interestingly enough, around the same time as John Bolton's statement, the USS The Sullivans was deployed to the Persian Gulf. And according to the Russian Defense Ministry, this is a destroyer-class ship armed with cruise missiles. And the ministry also claims that the US, the UK, and France might be prepared for a strike there.
Now, Idlib province, what is the situation there at the moment? Who controls what?
Well, it's the last terrorist stronghold in Syria. After the Syrian government's victory in and around Damascus, they cut a peace deal where saving thousands of civilian lives, but the trade-off was safe passage for the remaining terrorists in the area. They were sent in buses to Idlib. Now, 4 terrorist groups now control that area, the most powerful being Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, formerly known as al-Nusra, ties to al-Qaeda. And the others are Ahrar al-Sham, Jaish al-Islam, and Naur al-Din al-Zinki. Now, they're not exactly unified. They started warring, putting thousands of civilians in danger. There's already reports regularly coming out of the area of beheadings, caging people, and even using people as human shields. And other reports are suggesting that some of these groups are gathering for a final push against government areas, hoping to stage both a chemical attack and to gain support from the West. Now, the situation is made even more fragile because this specific area was deemed a de-escalation zone after negotiations between Russia, Turkey, and Iran. So with these reports pointing to Western intervention, the reorganization of terrorist groups, it's hard to see how any de-escalation would happen anytime soon.